All right, so last game, game six. We chose to not do the highest uh, seeded table, um, but in fact, we're gonna do, I guess, more interesting decks for the last round here. But both of these players are still, I think, they did well, right? I think they're 4-1 or something like that. So still got some good, hopefully some good games here. Entropy is on Fire Diana that actually goes to Umbra. And actually does Umbra things. And then Amylase here is on Water. What is this? Water Tony. Um,
Yeah, but like kind of kind of fake level 3
yeah,
Amylase.
like
It's the aggro
not
water.
many Neos. Yeah, not many Neos cards. So expect to just kind of hang around at probably level 1, 2 ish. So how do
I
we
mean, the deck
start?
does have like a good amount of the new stuff. Like we've got the
Yeah.
newest 2/3
Mhm.
Imperial Recruit,
Mhm.
bunch of new Guardian cards like Heavy Swings, Storm of Thorns,
The diver
Diffusive
returns again.
Block. Yeah, the Diver.
So I think what was it? Turn one for Entropy, we backstepped just to cycle.
Well, by turn 2, level up into Dungeon Guide level up.
Interesting.
Okay, so he's really valuing turboing out that Diana.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
So we have Gunship and Cannoneer. I'm personally not that big of a fan of Cannoneer in Fire Diana. Um, but maybe that's just me. I don't run anything like I mean I run False Step in my own deck when I've been brewing, so I could give it ranged. But like, what was the other card that give all your allies stealth? I don't remember the name of it, but or not stealth, ranged, distant. Mixing up all my keywords.
Is it the Umber card?
Yeah, I don't think Entropy runs any of those, does he? He
No,
does
he does
not.
not have that one. The Umber card is False Step, I think.
False Step is one of them. I think there's another one that grants
Oh,
distant.
Violet Haze.
Yeah, I think it's Violet Haze. Yeah, so I don't think Entropy runs any of that.
Okay, meanwhile, he's Entropy's opted to go for level Dungeon Guide into level 2 Diana.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Water Tony player just, putting the pressure on, Lurking Assailant, Gildas.
Mm-hmm.
At 8 already. Um, so he's chosen to spend his next materialization on the gun instead of going for the lineage release.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Perhaps Entropy values the Shadow's Twin release more.
Yeah.
So we'll swing in with a plated bullet, take care of the shield mate, then swing in with a DG.
Yep.
But that's about it. Kind of a dry turn. Um,
Yeah. I
seems like
mean,
we're gonna go to level one.
yep. He's Entropy has gotten rid of the shield mates from Amylase, but so far hasn't been able to actually like remove any of the damage from their board.
Yeah.
And now with like the Tony taunt coming in, it's gonna become even more
Oh,
difficult to do that.
oh my
Oh,
god. With the lurking as well, and then into a balance for Gildas. This is a disgusting amount of damage.
yeah, this is about to be 8 damage right here.
One thing to note, Entropy does run the shotgun,
Okay, so
but has to spend it, the materialization step on a bullet.
hmm
Probably just shooting for the card draw here, honestly. Get that,
yeah.
get that, um, get that weapon banished.
In terms of defense, what are we looking at? Okay,
Uh,
basically absolutely no defense from for the Diana.
Yep.
Um, so, well, I mean, beyond just like removing your opponent's allies.
Yep. Which I don't know. I don't think anything's really gonna change here. Unfortunately, drew into another exercise curses, which is
Yeah, but
yeah,
probably the worst draw in their deck as of this moment.
yeah. I believe the ordering was. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it was like swing with the quick draw first, draw your card, then hasty to cycle again. So
I
I
mean, if
guess.
this Gildas is balanced, this is lethal on board. So
Yep. Go to 20. I think at this point, uh, given Entropy hasn't played anything, Amy probably knows.
yep, the
Yeah.
Frostborn Paladins will rebalance, and then
And
Gildas will swing for game.
yep. To be fair, that was a pretty nutty start. I think double lurking Gildas is wild.
Yeah, I thought the level up with Dungeon Guide play was definitely going to be like a shotgun play, where
Mm. Yeah.
I mean, like Blast Shot would essentially just remove 2 units every turn for the
Yeah.
next 2 turns
Hmm.
and try to control the board that way. But
Yeah.
setting up that Tony taunt is definitely pretty good when you're playing like this aggro strategy. Save your minions from being removed. You got a
Yeah.
20 health life pool.
So I wonder, are people going to err towards spot removal? Just
Oh, to try to get around that taunt.
yeah. Even in Diana, I don't know. It's kind of
Maybe.
hard.
I mean, yeah, the blast pump is definitely good for that.
Yeah.
Or the blast shot pump rather.
So Entropy's going first. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, look, there's a creative shock in hand.
Yeah, can definitely.
It's probably like a pass here, right? That's my guess.
Unless, yeah,
Oh,
unless he's.
oh, I get okay. Main phase, creative shock, sure, that's fine too. Okay, doesn't quite have floating memory yet, class bonus, but it is floating memory. I think we'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at Amy's hand here.
A bit lighter on the actual threats this time.
Yep.
Um, Damage in the hand looking a bit low.
Oh man, Imperial Recruit. I'm a big fan. It's a pretty good card, and especially now that it's most likely gonna stick. The Foster. Umbral Tithe, sure. I think Entropy runs 4, it's fine to get rid of it. I think arguably maybe you want to get rid of the curse, but it's fine. Not a big deal. It was random after all. So drew into another creative shock. Still no floating to discard. What's the ratio on the floating here? Let's take a look.
He's got 4 bombers,
4, 8,
4 tempered
10,
steel, 2 deploy gun shields,
18. 18.
exercise curses, 4 reposition. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
a pretty unfortunate draw here. I'll have
Well,
to cycle the hasty.
unfortunately, Tempered Steel comes up right after too.
Yeah, that's rough.
But yeah, like the Fiery Duelist gets ranged and takes out the shield mate. The problem here is that the recruit is now fostered. So I think we're
Yeah, I think
deciding here.
okay, the ring. I think recruit is an interesting addition to like the aggro package.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I think its main benefit is that it's just like 1 mana cheaper, right, than your
Yeah.
typical
Mm-hmm.
3 cost 2/3s.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, though, like having the extra card in hand um, that like they did not have to put down as reserve costs didn't
Mm-hmm.
really help the Water Tony player.
Yeah. So Frostborn goes down, eats the shield mate for the +1 buff counter and card. And another shield mate.
Another shield mate. Okay. Oh,
Don't want to expose your hand there.
yeah, I think they revealed the frost one there.
Okay, that's the end of the turn, and we'll banish Creative Shock and Fiery Duelist.
Did they not have a floating in their grave from the
No.
turn one creative?
Nope. I think I I don't remember what was pitched. The Automaton Bomber was pitched.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the automaton bomber, right? Yeah.
so unfortunately, I think Entropy forgot and banished 2 anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Entropy pulls it right up to the top to remind himself next time to not do that.
I think the most
Yeah.
unfortunate top deck here would probably be a dungeon guide.
Yeah. All right. So we're releasing for a gun.
Yep.
And we're gonna pay for it. Blast Shot Pump. Uh, I guess technically you could have paid for it with the automaton, but
Yeah.
opted to just uh, chuck the Creeping Torment from memory.
Yeah, definitely 3 star or 3 card Umbra opener was probably not what you want, but
Yeah, this is looking rough again. I think Airship Cannoneer, weirdly enough, is a one of in Entropy's deck, but we've seen it both games now.
yeah. I mean their hand is just it's just rough.
Yeah. However, we do have a path to 3. 2 float,
Yes.
1 memory. So we're not dead on board immediately. There's no Gildas threatening us again and double lurking, so I think Entropy has a little bit of more, I guess, play here. He's got some wiggle room.
Yep, that was 3 damage, I think, to the shield mate and to the Imperial recruit. Removes 2 damage from the board.
Yeah, that's really solid.
Yeah, I
Top.
think
Mhm.
Entropy's only taken 4 damage so far, right? So
Yeah,
this is pretty good.
he's probably chilling for a while. 3 down. Another Frostworn eats the other. Okay, now this is kind of a tough wall to crack. Now this is 2, 3, 4 paladins,
Yeah.
and we're gonna freezing hail to Diana, so she can't swing.
Oof.
Yeah, so that's really rough. Leveling up here no longer wakes up your champion. Remember the good old days? Oh, reminder to renew your plated bullets. Yeah, we're gonna go to 3 anyway, but completely unplayable hand. I guess you
Yeah.
could just drop Carter, but I. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You know what? Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Creeping
Creepy
Torment's
torment.
fine too.
So yeah, they'll crack the ring in response pretty good. Probably just to, avoid triggering it the first time around.
Yeah. And then maybe we'll level up here. Yep.
The hard cost to level. Yeah, I think the fear here might be with like, oh, Diana would be distant next turn, but like if they had a bullet, right,
Yeah.
and could uh somehow use the blast shot pump to swing for 4, that would be like both frost points gone.
Yeah, and unfortunately the top deck Freezing Hail freezes Diana again for another turn. So it's like Diana's not swinging for a
Yeah, this
while. This
is
is not great. Tony's gonna swing in with the sword, pay 2 for the Bulwark Sword. And we're pretty much on the cusp of lethal here, if not basically dead on board as soon as the turn rolls back around.
yeah, Entropy needs. I actually don't know what he needs. He needs some insane top deck here. Is at 2 life, staring down
Yeah,
9
I don't
damage
think
on
Entropy
board.
runs Resolute or anything. Like literally nothing.
Nope. Yeah, it's
So,
no defense.
and like the worst thing is if there was an ally on the board that Carter could be played into to get a cleave for 4, that's like literally the only line I see.
Yeah.
But I think even then it doesn't matter. Tony will just swing with a Bulwark Sword next turn and just win.
Um, Not necessarily, right? Because like
Hmm.
if Carter did cleave for 4, he'd be healing for a decent amount.
Oh, good point. Yes. The recover 1 on ally death.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
that would
any ally
be
death.
yeah, that would be 1 sacrificed ally and then 2 Frostborns on
Yeah.
board. Barely keeping alive.
Yeah. Unless Tony levels up to 2 and then just hits you for 5 anyway. So.
That is true. That is true.
All right, we're gonna backstep just to cycle, but it's looking pretty bleak, I think. Yeah, gun shield. Yeah,
Yep, not what you want to see.
I
I think.
think that's it. Yep,
Yep, there's the concede.
there's the GG. All right, pretty rough. I think the these newfangled water Tonys are quite strong. There's just there's so many ways to protect your allies on board with Tony now. Lots of shield mates. We saw a lot of shield mates in this game.
Yeah, I mean the draws from like water allies are typically just all quality draws, right? Like
Yeah,
each one of your allies is basically interchangeable with most of your other allies.
yeah. And I think Freezing Hail is a super smart ad. If you know coming into this meta where like people are going to be playing lots of Diana because she's popular,
Hmm.
um, Tony's probably going to swing at level 2.
Yeah,
Um, I yeah, it seems like a good ad because you like we saw here, we just saw Diana get locked out for 2 turns straight, and that was basically it.
right. I mean against decks where like a lot of your pressure just comes from your champion's ability to attack, right?
Yeah,
Like taking that away and then putting pressure with your own allies.
yeah, yeah. I think it was a smart ad to the usual like Water Allies package. So anyway, so that'll be it for this tournament. This was a fast game 6. Um, all these videos hopefully should be up on well, I guess when people are watching this, it'll be up on Mark's channel. So anyway, thank you, Shawn, for stepping in due to Mark's technical issues. Um,
Yeah,
but
thanks for having me.
hope these games are interesting. So hope everybody enjoys it.